Welcome to Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. I'm your host, Lady D Denise Gomez Green, inviting you to join me each week for real conversations, powerful stories, and uplifting perspectives that shine a light on voices from the community and the diaspora. Kick off your week with the Monday Drive from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Dive deep on Thursdays with Center Stage from 6 to 8 p.m. And ease into your weekend with Satideh Mawnin Runnings every Saturday at 10 a.m. Catch Voices with Lady D on YouTube, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network online, and YouTube, and Fit FM 96.7 in Stewart Castle, Trelawney, Jamaica, or tune in on Linkage Radio online. So lock in, turn it up, and remember, every voice has power. This is Voices with Lady D. Celebrate the heartbeat of Caribbean culture with Satideh Mawnin Runnings. Join us on Saturday at 10 a.m. on YouTube as we showcase the vibrant heritage of Jamaica and the wider Caribbean with 4 incredible women, Sherns, Max, Jackie, and yours truly, Lady D. From powerful stories to cultural traditions, we're bringing the flavor, rhythm, and excellence of the Caribbean straight to you. It's more than a show. It's a celebration of the roots and traditions that inspire and unite us. Subscribe to Voices with Lady D on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to stay connected. Every Saturday at 10 a.m., it's Satideh Mawnin Runnings. Come feel the vibes. Satideh Mawnin Runnings, where Caribbean heritage comes alive. Hey Trelawney, it's Lady D, reaching you straight from New York with love. Catch me every week on Fit FM 96.7 in Stewart Castle, Duncan's, Trelawney, Jamaica. It's Voices with the Lady D on Linkage Radio, streaming live on YouTube. Join me Monday for the Monday Drive from 5 to 7 p.m. and Friday for Center Stage from 5 to 7 p.m. And me just want to know who under the mango tree with them iPhone, iPad, and transistor radio, because trust me, you can't afford to miss the show. Music, vibes, and real talk every time. Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. Stay locked in. Trelawney, me love you no bad.
Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I hope all is well. We are here another Saturday. It is the last dege day of February. Can you go figure? We just started the year, and here we are on day 28. If you're looking forward to day 30, 29, 30, 31, I think you're in the wrong airspace, time zone.
Well, for those who born on leap year, them not have no birthday this year.
That's what I know too.
Can you go figure that?
Yeah, if you're leap year, baby, you have to make up your mind, take it today or tomorrow.
Right.
Exactly. Well, it's probably a good thing you have choices.
Not true. Or you can just elect to not have that year and stay the age you were.
Oh, that too.
Absolutely.
Never come.
I like that part where you say the age you were.
You just dial it back, you know?
Yes.
See, so how
Sounds
do
like a
you
plan.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
on
yeah.
Dazing? Let's give them a little quick profile shot here of how we could possibly look. But how are you doing?
Me
I
tired.
am doing fabulous.
So Max, so first let's address
Yes.
Sharon's. Sharon says she's a bit under the tired stream of things. So
It's
I
written
know
right
she's
across here, so.
mm-mm,
Tired.
mm-mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I understand. Trust me, I do.
So
Yeah.
Max, once
Yes,
upon a
there.
time there was a little girl
Mhm.
who said that she not like hat, she no wear hat.
Because they hot, they make her hot.
Then all of a sudden,
Eh,
as they would pronounce this, pronounce the word, all of a sudden,
no, sir, it's all on a sudden. On
uh,
a sudden.
All
all
of
of
a
a
sudden,
sudden,
she's wearing hot.
hot. I am saying, when I saw her in the back office, I said, Max, wear the hat. Uh-huh. That
Yes,
it
It,
fits
it,
you
I felt
well.
like it.
It suits
Thank
you
you,
so
darling.
well.
I was playing with a wrap. It was a choice between a wrap and a hat. So I said, you know what? We're gonna go with the hat.
The hat is rocking this morning. It suits you.
mm-hmm.
Thank you, darling.
And it
No,
suits you.
it make me
Sometimes
want
I
to
think
look
I
the
need a
wood.
different look sometimes because I have this body that I mean, I have no wig for change on like oh no. I
Right.
said sometimes I think I need a different look, I like a different scene. So I said, you know what?
Okay.
Let me go with the hat.
Yes, ma'am. And it is flowing. I decide when insurance came on, I said I thought you would be rocking a fro this morning with
I mean,
me.
I can go get the fro, you know.
That's the beauty of the wig, you know, you can grab one anytime, any
I am
place.
telling you, you can
Let
flip
me tell
and
you.
we'd
Yeah.
like to welcome our audience this morning. It is Satideh Mawnin Runnings, where culture meets conversation. I'm your host, Lady D. Denise Gomez Green, alongside co-producer Evel Green and our star ladies, Sherns, Max, and Jackie. We're hoping to see Jackie this morning because her schedule may or may not permit her to join us. Nevertheless, I know her heart is here. And even in Max's absence, we kept calling your name, Max. We say if Max were
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
last
Oh,
week.
I so appreciate love. I
Yes.
so appreciate love. And by the way, before getting to the show, I still haven't opened my gift cards.
You
Oh
know,
my.
you see now, sir. You see now, I told Sharns because Jackie spilled the beans ahead of us. I said I could wait for Max and we
Yeah.
could open our gift together. Then she says, all right, it gone bad already. And so Maxie, you open your gift there before we start.
Also, because I was instructed and I followed
Yes,
strict
yes.
rules
You see
that I
that now?
shouldn't do it until when Jackie was doing hers. So I know me never have a clue when but me guessed in my mind. I said to Norman, I think I know what it is,
You shake it
and
round.
I hope my guess is right.
Mm-hmm.
All
And
right.
I said it out neat and nice.
Yes.
Lots.
So let's put you on blast as your
Yes,
your gift courtesy of Madam Ambassador.
Sharon.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Sharon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Take a look there, Maxie. Let me go get mine. Let me go get mine.
Oh. Oh, our friendship is a true blessing to me. Lady D, Max Poet, Jackie Shirts. Oh, this is so beautiful.
Tell you.
Oh, this is so beautiful and different. And I
Mm-hmm.
love the wording. I
So
love the wording.
we were busy sporting ours the other day. So again,
All
This
right.
is awesome.
yeah, this is
So
ours.
now we
And
can drink chocolate tea, Sorosity tea.
No, we can be uniform.
yes, yes,
We
Yes,
can be uniform.
the uniform.
yes, I love this idea.
Yeah.
Love it.
I have one too, so
Yes, please.
Yes,
We'd like to
beautiful.
say
Thanks.
welcome.
you're
So
welcome.
again, thank you, Sharon C, for thinking of us. And you know, we are going to be linking up with each other in this year. The year can't pass.
Yeah, but you know what though? I realized that I have you guys as three sisters.
Oh,
You,
God.
Jackie, and Max, and in real life, I have three sisters. So I
Oh.
have my three,
Oh,
mother's daughters, and then
Mhm.
I have you, my air sisters.
Hey, hi. Hello. Ciao.
that is beautiful. We
So,
appreciate
Max,
that.
morning, guys.
you can write a poem about that, Max.
Yes, yes, yes. But we're so happy that we are able to just connect near and far, and that's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. So, God is good to us, and He brought us full circle in this season of our lives.
Absolutely.
So
Mhm.
that's blessing. Let us now kick the show off. Welcome once again. It is Satideh Mawnin Runnings. Sharon's Jack, Mac, Jack's Mackie, and Max, and yours truly, Lady D. Now, today we are talking about the changing periods of Black history, Jamaica, and the great United States. We'll get into some historical facts because it's so the thing set. And you are
Mhm.
invited to post your comments and we will pitch them for everybody to see. Post them, slide them in for everybody to see. Welcome. If you are here and you are a subscriber, thumbs up to you. If you're not yet a subscriber, we ask that you subscribe now and let's keep the show going. Let us first acknowledge our guests. So Sharon's popped in, of course, and she said morning, and also co-producer who is not with me this morning. Co-producer has been called on his assignment, so he's not here with me this morning. So he's wherever he is. But he's saying, good morning, morning, locks. The ladies look fabulous. Who's that beautiful woman in the hat? Let me tell you.
Long tongues.
And then who joined us this morning? We haven't seen her for a while. My
Wow.
girl, Princess, who we grew up together. She lives in Canada. So, Princess, I thought of her and I reached out, man, and catch up a little bit. So, morning, my princess. She says, ladies, I really miss your jokes, but Lady D knows why my schedule changes drastically. Yes, I do.
You will pop in when you can. We appreciate.
And Eval says, Sharnette, my wife will say, never tell the audience what they don't know. You know, look tired at all. You're fabulous as always.
Oh,
Nobody go for the Afro wig.
okay. All right.
So you see right there, Sharon's co-producer says you don't need anything else.
All right.
And Sharon,
Thank you.
You're good to go.
your friends too. Oh, maybe your friends too, just to get a cup.
Just, oh,
You have to go give him a cup here, please.
yes.
Yes. Good morning to King. How about me? Oh Lord, the one
One
brother.
brother we have, huh?
Oh, all right. So we have to redeem.
Jealousy.
We have to go redeem himself. Him feel left out. Locks. That's not the plan.
No.
Anyhow, right, Ryan? We are
Oh,
chopped.
Lord, chopped liver.
Dear, 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 dear. We have to redeem. Morning, morning. It's a morning. So we're kicking off the show. Don't forget to invite someone to join because we would love to hear your comments here this morning. Black history. Locks, whenever we hear it, people make some, comments. They'll say, me black every day. Or once
Mhm.
one month we get
The shortest month.
This month.
the shortest month.
Yeah.
But if you look across the world and people who recognize the celebratory moments, what they post, because of course most of us are in the digital space, with the exception of those who are hosting conferences and things like that. But if you see the myriad of posts that go out, sometimes they are so informative. Sometimes they're so real life situations.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And shortly before I came on, I saw a man who posted a video with a mother in Jamaica. And I said, boy, even in our black state of mind or skin tone or excellence, we can take it to the next level and forget about the people who were at our early beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
We can excel to such high places that we forget the people who were there at the beginning. And in that particular
True.
video, it was about a mother who just reached her limit and decided to come on and share about her journey with her daughter, who the father was not there, it was just her, and how she started working when she was about 12 or 13, the mother. So she wasn't able to go to school. Her mother never had it. And she decided that when she gets the opportunity to be a mother, when that time come around, she would do everything she can for her child, which she
Mm-hmm.
did. Call out her own name. She called out her daughter's name. She showed the birth certificates. So you must know how deep she went. And it,
Mm-hmm.
what has happened
Mm-hmm.
is that the daughter went to the Maritime Institute and moved on to further studies. She even went overseas. The mother was there with her.
Mm-hmm.
And still, she does not want her mother to come around her anymore, that kind of thing. So, even in our black state of mind, as we're lauding our people,
Mm-hmm.
there are people who, because they were poor, no longer want to go back to that place. And so,
Mm-hmm.
anybody in the path who ever helped are shoved to the side. And that thing hit me
All
because it
right.
was just this past Thursday that we were talking about parents, if parents have done the right thing for their children. I'm just summarizing. What did you do for your child? Did it benefit them or not? So, this Black History story, people will tell you of their hardships. They'll also tell you of how great it has been. But if we go back to
Mm-hmm.
the beginning, it wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
There
No.
is a story at the beginning. So we would like you to just say, hey, I have a story, or I remember something, or what Black history means to you, because the changing periods has impacted us. We've seen the transition. And even today, people are saying, um, are people of color um, really ready for what is next? Are we really appreciative of our past?
Um,
It's a loaded topic, and we'll be able to touch on some things. But I personally believe that the chip on the shoulder kind of thing,
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it has a hard experiences behind
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, we can't or we shouldn't despise our humble beginnings. And as parents, oftentimes we drop the ball on how we came up, as they would say, because of the fact that we want better for our children, and we neglect the roots. And
Mm,
so, if we, all right, you will have like persons now that are having children, the grandparents, I would liken to the roots. They don't want, they want minimal involvement with the grandparents, with the children. And so
mm,
the children are growing with a warped sense of who they are, because they're only seeing their parents, but their parents' are an equal part of the equation. You know what
yes.
I mean? They are the foundation. And there's nothing wrong in I understand that some people want to shield their children from their past, depending on how hard they thought it was, but it has shaped them into what they became. So they should be appreciative and proud of where they have come from. Some of us got a helping hand. Some of us got a foot to the backside and were kicked forward. But whatever it was, it enabled us to be where we are. So don't despise your humble beginnings, because when you do that, you set a precedence for the younger ones. You know what I mean? So instead of them looking at hard life or hard come up
Yes.
as something to be appreciated and to be emulated and admired, or put in their treasure box to pull out later on, because nothing is new under the sun. Things, the more things change, the more they stay the same. So
Yes.
so when you don't explain to the young generation who we are, where we came from, my son and myself had a very deep discussion earlier this week along the same lines. He's born here, so he does not have the Jamaican experience. He's growing up in a Jamaican flavored household, but his influence is American, so he has a different view. My daughter was only a year old when we came here, but she made a constant effort to absorb the culture and to learn as much as she could or can. Being an educator, I guess that kind of propelled her to do that. But if you don't teach them where they're from, the things that make us tick, the ingredients that make us up. We are Jamaicans. We're proud. We will stand tall. We will take the lemons and make lemonade. You give me hard knock and we come up back stronger. And we throw around the word talawa all the time. And we are proud of it. But if you don't tell them why they should be proud of it, then they have no idea. And then they grow up with a sense of entitlement, or you think, oh, John is so cute, Lord. No, sir. Him can't walk barefoot. Me love him. I feel socks. And
Right.
when I take my grandchildren to Jamaica, me give them one bamboo. So me say, come, my boy, come pick guinea. This is how you twist the limb. This is how you pick up breadfruit off a tree. This is how you climb. Even if they don't use that further on, when I'm dead and gone, they will say, Grandma taught me how to pick up breadfruit. What tears to my eyes, not to go too far afield, but they gave me a book for Mother's Day that they all wrote in. The book came pre-made, like when I think of blank, Grandma does this,
Yes.
like when she does
I
that.
have one of those.
Yeah, they all three of them just took different pages and filled it. And you'd be surprised at some things that you do that you don't think much of. They gravitate towards it so well and they hold it so dear to their heart. And I still, my grandmother has been gone for years, right? And I still cling to some of the things. She's been gone for 37 years. And I still, there's not a day goes by I don't say something about my grandmother, or she does not come to mind. So in nurturing, I'm saying, in nurturing, let us do the rules. Let us remember the rules. Because sometimes, because of the fact that we want our children to be better or have more than we got, we put a damper on our beginnings. We make it look like we just come here so.
Yeah.
You don't tell
Right.
them when
True.
you had to do without, or when you had to walk miles to school, or when you had to whatever your parents went through. So
Yeah.
sometimes we drop the ball and then they don't appreciate some of the things that we do, or they don't hold it dear to their hearts. And then we wonder why make them stay so. But you never share that part of you with.
Yes. Yes. Thanks for sharing, Sharnzi. Maxie, you have.
Okay, so without history, we can't have present because we create history in order to have present. So the things we grew up with, the way man in which you grew up, we take it into our presence a lot of time. And I've done a lot of that. I grew up with my grandmother, and let me tell you something, I adopted so much from her and learned so much from her that I've brought into my marriage years, into my adulthood, because to me, they were principles and they were good habits. So I see no need to ditch them or to throw them by the side. Like, for example, I remember, let me go back a little bit when Nam and I got married. We used to fry dumpling. Love fried dumpling, but never did a good job of it. I remember one time I was sick. I came out of the hospital. And I have to give this joke. And my mother came to stay with me for a week. I was living in Mandeville then, in Jamaica. And my mother made fried dumpling. And when I eat dumpling, I said, Lord, I saw you for fried dumpling. Make your mother teach you how to do it. And my mother taught me how to make the dumpling. She said, when you need the flour, you should put it down to set. Put it down
Yes.
for a little while. Don't fry at
Yes.
the same time.
Mm-hmm.
No. Mhm.
And let me tell you something, ladies and audience. Now I make the best fried dumpling.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that from my mother, and I never forget. So now I do the right thing. So things that we learn from our parents, we have to bring and we should teach them to our younger ones, whether it's our siblings or younger siblings that are not aware, or our kids, grandkids. We have to bring them here because history will always repeat itself, and we
Mm-hmm.
have to bring what we learn into the now. Back then, into the now. What I also know is that the topic is the changing periods of Black history. So now we're not seeing the signs anymore. The water fountains, the bathroom, the bank tellers, they are not physically noticeable. However, the whispers and the shoulders still exist. We
Mm-hmm.
still see it. It's not
Mhm.
all gone, right? If you notice, guys, even in photos advertising certain subject matters or topic or items, if you see a group of people, you'll see four Caucasian, one half black, and two Chinese. So it's not gone. So let's not be fooled. It is still very present. It might not be a loud shout, but the whispers are still there. The shoulders and the facial expressions are still here. So we have to accept that, and we have to know that it is still here, and don't be fooled that it's gone. Still very present.
That's right, Maxie.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. The changing periods of Black history in Jamaica and the US. Now, if we were to pull it together and think about then versus now, what has really changed? That's a question we could ask. Because there was
Yes.
a time when laws openly declared separation. In the United States, Black people were barred from drinking at the same water fountains. Airlines hired only white stewardesses, and entire
Mhm.
systems were built to signal who belonged and who didn't.
Yeah. But you
And
know what you call
Mhm.
it? Education. Education plays a vital role because what I have found, even coming here in the workplace, um, in the workplace, I realized that the mentality of the first job I ever had, I was the only black person there. And I was there a couple of years before um, one other girl, she's born here. Parents are from Jamaica. And then we had two ladies that are American ladies, black. They're men, urban, and my friend Anne. But then the other two ladies, like their mentality was completely different
Mhm.
because they, all right, we stand on the shoulders of those who have fought for the rights, our right to be equal.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
don't forget, that's American history. Jamaica, the Caribbean history is a whole different situation. But like here with the segregation and the water fountain, the whites only, whether it's the lunch counter or the water fountain or whatever, we can't forget that people marched, people walked, people were hosed, the people were dogs set up on.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we can't diminish their contribution. But I find that when you're educated and you have read all these things, you have been taught all these things, you then
Mhm.
look at it differently than because I've seen other persons just gloss over it like, so what?
Yes.
I have,
Mhm.
moving on to another job. That was a bigger firm, and there were many. We had over 400 employees. We were in a building. We were in 4 floors. We were in different states, and in working with those people, I found that they were so crass in their behavior. And
Mhm.
I would say we're not shrinking back against the wall, or we're not looking at ourselves like, well, we are now the adopted child.
Mhm.
We have to give things to remember our history. There was a time when certain things, interracial marriages, you could just walk out and hold on to your significant other. That was frowned upon,
Mhm.
Yes.
completely outlawed and all that. So I said, no, no, that we can do it. or know that you have the DEI came in and you had a token black, like Max would say. You have an ad and you might have somebody of Asian descent, you have a couple European looking people, and then you have the token black. Even that was forced upon
Mm-hmm.
society. So when you are educated and you can look at it a different way, then you
Yeah,
cannot,
yes.
you can't diminish what Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, all those pioneers that went ahead, what they did, how they marched, how they spoke, how they did. So when you come now, you just want run roughshod over the thing, like say, oh, I don't know this, they better this and they better that. I'm like, come on, you have to take a stand where you can be respected.
Yes.
Yeah.
I trained this woman for another job, like similar to the job I was doing, and she was in another state, and she never saw me. She never saw me one day in her life because everything was over the phone. And
Mm-hmm.
they sent her at the end of her training. They sent her from Kentucky. We had an office in Kentucky. They sent her from Kentucky to New York, and they said you have to shadow. She should shadow me for 3 weeks. And she came in the
Yes.
office, and my office was within another department. And when she came, she was looking around, and she looked over me. She look around, and then they were like, "There's
She's,
Chanel,"
she's
and
looking.
yeah, and she came to me, and milk white, white toast, and she come and she look at me, and she just look at me deeply, and then she said, "Oh my goodness." So I said, "Is everything okay?" She said, "Please don't take this the wrong way," but she said, "I didn't know you were black."
Mm-hmm.
Oh
She
Lord.
she said, "I had no idea that you were black." So I guess my face changed. I don't guess, more than likely, Jamaica, we can't hide the expression.
We can't,
You
but
can't help it.
vibes.
Yes, it's
You
a
can't
natural reaction.
Yes,
Yes.
and,
Natural
and then
reaction.
she said, no, 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 no. She said, don't take it the wrong, but she said the way you speak, and the way you have trained me this, over these many weeks and months, and this is and that, and you were widely read, and whatever. Because whenever she come with me, can say, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes.
Like I had never heard of it in my life. I could relate to her.
Yes.
She said, please don't even repeat this, but I didn't know you were black. And then she said, you're not from here, are you? And I said, no. I said, I'm from Jamaica. She said, no wonder.
Mm-hmm.
She said, please. She said, the ones that I know here, they're not like you.
They're different.
So I said to her, I said, keep it under your hat. Don't,
Yes.
no, 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 it's not going to leave this room. But she said, please understand that I had no idea, because her example of somebody black are the rappers,
Yes. Yes.
you know, the people them with, just a
Mm-hmm.
hang out and all of that stuff, because
Mm-hmm.
that's what she saw.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she was, and stereotyping,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know. So that was like a wake-up call for me.
Well, something, the perspective that we're taking. Good morning, Richard. I just popped up your thing here saying hi to you. The the angle that we chose this morning, it's because customarily we would be featuring all the iconic people who made their mark on history. But now that we are discussing what has really changed to now and sharing our own experiences, we're Jamaicans. So in Jamaica, though we were a black majority nation,
Mm-hmm.
colonial structures, placed whiteness and lighter skin close to power, because that's how we saw
Mm-hmm.
people. The system didn't
Right.
always say, like it did up in your face in this country, whites only, but it showed. It showed it in
Yes.
who owned land, who led banks, who
Mm-hmm.
controlled
Positions. Yeah.
commerce, right? Those are the things that you would quote unquote term as whites only. But today, those signs are gone. The policies are illegal, but the question remains, have
Yeah.
outcomes changed at the same speed as laws?
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
that's something we must examine, not just progress, but the depth of the progress.
Right.
Because for many of us, who are from Jamaica, we grapple about the fact that the days when we would go into the bank and you only saw either white Jamaicans or lighter skinned people, whether they were from
Yes.
another race, Chinese and light people. And it was a
Yes.
thing. People were just disgruntled about that. But
Yeah.
then came a change.
Well, yes.
A
If I
change.
if I may, since you mentioned about the bank, I remember when I was in high school, Portmore High School in Jamaica, and there was a bank in New in Highgate. Yes, that was the only bank in Highgate back then, and there were two sisters that worked in that bank. They were Indians, of course. They had long flowing hair, light skin, tall, slim. Two of them working in the bank. Two sisters from the same house working in the same bank.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying anything is wrong with it, but I'm just showing you what it is. And they
Mm-hmm.
were only light skinned people there back then. And would never see a fat or a short person in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Tall, light skinned, long flowing hair. So that showed something. I used to look at the fact then, and I never saw black and white, and I never saw segregation. All I saw was two sisters from the same house in the same bank. This is just one little bank in this town of Highgate, and the two sisters from
Mm-hmm.
the same house in the same bank. And I'm
And that
sure there
stood
are other
out to
people
you.
back then who could have gotten a position there, but two
Yeah,
sisters got it in the same bank.
they
Yes.
probably applied and just never got in. I
Mm-hmm.
remember,
Well,
I
who knows?
cannot remember the name of the young lady, but oh dear. I think I may have been in high school. It's been a long time. I don't remember. I may have been in high school at the time. She was the first Miss Jamaica we had that had an afro. She was very dark and she had a very short
Yes.
afro. I remember, if you all should probably
I
remember
think
her.
he's cat is what's her name? Um
Yeah, I saw it just last week. I saw a video
um
of that,
Can't remember her name.
or it
yes.
was a documentary I was watching.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I
prior to
remember.
her, prior, pr- but you know what? As somebody who is dark, right? I've never let that hold me back. I've never felt any way inferior. And my school was
Yes.
mixed. Mount Alverna, shout out to MAHS, School on the Hill. We were very integrated. We had a lot of Chinese, we had a lot of white girls, we had a lot of Indian girls. Pravina Mungara, Ravina, those girls were my friends. We never looked, they came to Jamaica. Some of them were born in Jamaica. Some of them came when they made Cornwall Regional Hospital back in the day. They needed a lot of doctors. And so a lot of them, their parents were doctors. So they came over.
Right.
Fiona Callahan, those girls were all Irish and stuff. So I went to a school that we were very mixed up, very, very mixed up. You know what I mean? So I had them as friends growing up. Some of us are still friends to this day. And so I never felt inferior because in my world, we were here to learn. And
Mm.
have,
Right.
you were given the opportunity to acquire the same amount of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, your humble,
Absolutely.
yeah, your humble beginnings may not have been able to afford you the exposure they had. Because I remember them, being able to go abroad on vacations. When
Mm-hmm.
when we got summer break, as we would call it, they would go to wherever they came from. Whether that was Great Britain or whatever country, they would go there for the summer and then they come back in September having been abroad. Them Chad Pat were just like me, run up and down, do the same thing, but they had the opportunity, so they had more exposure. Their parents afforded to, let them do music lessons and tennis lessons. When school over, me have to run home because me have my grandparents and wait for me for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
They had to leave school on the way home, stop supermarket, buy a piece of meat because me I go cook them dinner.
Yeah.
Make sure them get them medicine for them go them bed, and things of that nature. So we had different roles. While these girls, them all had nannies in Jamaica, they all had what
Yes.
to call help at the
Helper.
home. Me used to have to wash my one uniform, iron it, everything at that young age. They were having it done, but we never looked at
Yes.
it like saying, well, I am inferior in any way.
Yes, yes.
So sometimes you have to free our minds. It's a
Of
mindset.
course. Of course. Of
So,
course.
Yes.
so so no matter how much you've been liberated, or no matter how far the world has come, if
Mm,
your mind is still entangled and enslaved, therein lies the problem.
mhm, mhm.
Yes. But
Yeah.
you know what, too, Sharon? Let me make a quick point here, ladies. When I was, for me, when I was growing up, I never thought that I was poor. I never knew I was poor. I never saw poor because back then you never had anything to compare it with either. Anybody to compare it with, because everyone looked the same, dressed the same, eat the same way. We all went
Mhm.
to the same school, same church, same whatever, same
Mhm,
community. So I
mhm,
never look at this person as being rich or this person as
Right.
being better than I am. It's when
Mhm.
I became more grown and more mature and start getting exposure to the world. I say, okay, well, yes, this man was nicer than mine, or this person is, but back then I never saw that.
Mhm.
mhm.
I just never saw anything rich and poor. I couldn't put it together. I
Yeah.
knew that there were people with nicer homes. Yes, I saw them, but to me, it was nothing. I was
Mm.
only a kid, and I never looked in that direction at
Yes.
no time.
Mhm.
Yes.
So in follow up, in as a follow up to what you were sharing about the trainee you had, Sherns, Richard says stereotyping against her trainer.
Mhm.
That was
Mm-hmm.
racist statement she made.
Mhm.
Mhm. She may have tried to cushion it.
I mean,
Yes.
I found it to be that, but because I mean, she literally held my two hands and just was literally like trembling, because she was like,
Mhm.
because she felt a kinship with me, because we had gotten into a sort of a friendly banter back and forth,
Right.
having been introduced over the phone, and I used to do her trading over the phone. But so she felt like she could tell me, you
Mm.
know
Mhm.
if
Yes.
if she
Yes.
I did not feel bad. I was taken aback.
Mm.
I was surprised, but I did not feel bad. If she had gone to another colleague and said,
Yes.
oh my God, she's blah 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 blah, then I would have felt some kind of way.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
because she came to me and made the confession, and begged me and said, please don't let it leave this room. It's just between me and you, this that type of thing. And
Mhm.
she kept in touch
Right.
with me after that and all of that. So I never took it in a negative way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I never
Yeah.
took it in a negative way, but you know,
But you know what, Sharon, too? That's because a lot of Caucasians, they think that black folks don't know certain things. We are not educated to a certain point. And I'm saying this because years ago when I came to this country, of course I never had documents, and then I worked for a Jewish family. And I used to read a lot. The mother read a lot. She had all these books. And I would read them too. When I'm on the bus coming to the Bronx, I'd read them. I did a lot of reading. Because first of all, the TV I had in my room, well, I only had regular channels. They never give me all the fancy channels. They only gave me the regular
You
channels. So
never had
me
cable.
can't watch no show and all this and that. And me can't watch a news
I knew.
and talk shows. So I did a lot of reading. So and of course, coming from Jamaica, I came into this country with a associate science of degree education. I went to college, so I'm educated, so I'm in a fool. So I remember one day I was teaching the kids a little nursery rhyme, and she said to me, "Where did you learn that?"
Oh dear. Mm.
Yes, where
Yeah,
did you learn that? Another occasion too, the same books that she read, I read them, and I was telling the older grandkid about the story of the book that I read, and she looked at me, she said, "Oh, you relate that so well. You tell that story so well because she read the book before too, so she knows what the story is about."
mm-hmm.
And she was taken back as if. So they don't expect you as a black person to be knowledgeable or to have education. They think you're stupid. So when you shown it, when she discovered that you're black, she's surprised because how can
Mm-hmm.
a black person be so educated and can teach me something as a white person?
Mhm.
That's what she
Yes,
was saying. You
yes.
know?
And the thing is, with this country being so big too, them being out in those, I call them the boonies.
Boonies.
They're
Mm.
out in the boonies.
Yes.
And they
Not home to
as
their own culture.
exactly,
Mhm.
they are like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they have blinders on, they have tunnel vision.
Mhm.
So if
Yes.
they see, God forbid, they should see somebody who's black and they were a pickpocket, all of a sudden every black person is a pickpocket.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I remember I have this friend, and she's black, she's American, born in Manhattan. But she always, she always said to me, you see those guys over there, when you see them, hold on to your pocketbook and your bosoms. They will steal everything you got. So
Mhm.
sometimes it's a stereotype. And then if people
Yes.
go around, what irks me is when a person is ignorant. Ignorant
Mhm.
means
Mhm.
unlearned. You don't
Yes.
know,
You're right.
but you wallow in it. You wear it like a crown. You just love the fact that you don't have no sense. You
Yes.
just you just all it out for all to hear. You know what they say? What say? It's better you stay quiet and let them think you're a fool than to open your mouth and
Yes.
remove all doubt.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? So you have had some persons the way they carry on.
Mhm.
I remember one time one guy he threw a sandwich on the ground. He ordered a sandwich from the deli. And this sandwich, what is it now? I think it had a condiment that he didn't want on it. He may have said no mustard, give me mayo, or no mayo, give me mustard, whatever he wanted. And when he opened the sandwich and saw it was the wrong thing, needless to say, it was black guy. Him open the sandwich and him dismantle it and him
Mhm.
fuss and him rave. He's at his desk,
Mhm.
and he pick it up after a while and just slam it on the ground. How mad he was.
Mm.
Mhm.
Profanity behind it. And I had to say to him, I said, look, I said, there are people in parts of the world who, although you have thrown that on the ground, they would have loved to pick it up and eat it.
Yeah, eat it. Yes.
Was a call to
Yes.
the to say, I did not want relish. I
That's
wanted
all.
and they would probably replace it. Or you just run back downstairs and hand. I say, I understand the frustration. But to be doing that, I say, God, food, you
Mhm.
just slam it down. So just because you're so upset. So sometimes, and then when you have other colleagues now are looking on, I look at it and I still see to this day, right? Even this week, I was watching this thing. Now you can go to the store and you can, when you pay, you can ask for, you tap the screen, you say email my receipt
Yes.
or
Right.
print my
Yes.
receipt.
Mhm.
Our
This
prince.
guy,
Yeah.
he went up to the thing, the cashier, rang up his thing because he put in his card or whatever. It popped up print receipt or email. He put email.
Email or text.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
then he said, "Oh no, I want it printed." And according to the mechanism or the thing is set up,
It's not gonna work like
it's
that.
not gonna work.
No.
And he carried on to no end, to the
Mhm.
point where he left the line because he thought and all she had explained said it can't be done. He left the line, went someplace, excreted something from his body, came back and threw it at her in her face.
What?
Yes.
What?
No, one
Are
thing
you
I
kidding me?
one thing I give my Caucasian brothers and sisters, they
Mm-mm.
will get on the phone or flash off an email in a New York minute. If you
Yes.
go someplace and it is to be opened at 8 o'clock and 8:05 come, perish the thought. Them
Yes.
flash off an email to manager, to mayor,
Mhm.
to everybody. Everybody go know.
Everybody.
Give you a bad review. They
Mhm.
do things. Then if you carry on, yes, you will have those who carry on and show them colors, but you don't get any
Mhm.
results with that. So if you see somebody and that's how they conduct themselves,
Mhm.
when paint everybody else have their color like that,
Oh wow.
although we are
Yes.
not like
Every
that
time.
Oh my
all the
God.
time. Yeah.
Mhm. 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 Let's hear what. Oh, let's hear what a co-producer says. We tend to view Black history from the slavery period to the obvious black and white races in America. Let's also acknowledge the change within our home country.
Hmm.
And says Charnette, I've been called Oreo.
I can see why. Oh wow.
Oh dear Lord. But let's look at Jamaica versus United States. Same struggle, different expression. In America,
Mhm.
segregation was codified, written into law through Jim Crow. In
Hmm.
Jamaica, Oppression came through colonial hierarchy and economic control. One was loud and visible, the other was subtle but systemic. America's
Mm-hmm.
struggle was often about access to schools, buses, voting booths. Jamaica, Jamaica's was about economic independence, post colonial identity, and dismantling a psychological hierarchy that favored European standards. Different systems, same root, power imbalance. So we ask, did independence in 1962 fully liberate Jamaica, or did it transfer governance without fully restructuring economics? And for those of us who are from Jamaica, I remember when you had like the late Michael Manley, who they had the slogan "Power for the People."
Mm-hmm.
And every Jamaican felt as though things were changing. We were
Mm-hmm.
moving into a more independent nation, that we could achieve anything we put our mind to. And even for those people who were illiterate, there came the Jamal program,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that many took the opportunity and
Right.
learned to be literate, while
Yeah.
others did not. Some were already felt that they were
So
so old
embarrassed.
or too embarrassed,
Right.
Yeah.
that kind
The
of thing.
embarrassment piece
The,
was a factor.
the embarrassment piece was a
Mm-hmm.
They used to keep Jamal at night.
Yes.
Some people did.
at some places. So people would have seen the dark who was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, if you look at how our island home has changed over the years, because not many could have gone to high school.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
even gave you the opportunity for a half scholarship. Eval and I were talking about that. Some people who got half scholarships, some people who never had electricity got electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Eval can tell you
Yes.
he used to do homework under the street light at his gate.
Yes.
So for us, there is this inner drive that no matter where we go, we're going to remain a Jamaican. We will
Mm-hmm.
excel, and you're going to know we, because it's just so we stay.
Yeah.
We show up,
Absolutely.
even show off,
We are go ball it out.
We're very
all it out.
Not to
pronounced.
not to segue too far, but my little sister had gone into the Peace Corps. I can't remember what year now, but several years ago. She went to the Peace Corps, and she was sent to Madagascar. You know, Madagascar is way out there, and she was the only black person in the group. And when she got there, she ended up being there 4 years. And when she got there, she said they were asking her where are you from? You see, with me, I'm different. Wherever I go, and they say where you're from. I mean, I'm not talking about here different. I
Mhm.
leave this country, I go to another country. Where are you from? Where think me say?
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Mhm.
Jamaica.
Of course.
Them ask her where she from. She go say the USA. Send the people them say, no, you're not.
Oh Lord.
People had to learn their dialogue. I
Yes.
forgot that. I
Yes.
mean, not dialogue, where's something in dialect. She had to learn
Dialect.
their
Yeah.
dialect. They had a simple dialect. I mean, look a bit tight when we can't remember it right now, but she had to learn it, the basics before she even got there.
Right.
But they were
Yes.
so used to seeing, they loved her and they gravitated towards her. And but they have never seen a black American before,
Mhm.
because they were used to getting, people coming there from the States, but they were all white. They
Mhm.
never seen a
Yes.
black one. So when she says she's from America, She said they were like, no, you're not. No, no. They could
Accent
not.
and color, yeah,
Yeah, and these are people who were, I'm not gonna say they were primitive, but they are way behind there. So then we are back a wall.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
I have no
I
idea what's going on in the world.
yeah, they are way they're off the grid. Let's just say they're off the
Off the
grid.
grid. Mhm.
But yet they're still new enough to look at her, a dark girl with
Yes.
pretty hair, like some of them, and
Mhm.
say, no, you're
No,
not
you're
from
not. You're not America.
no, you're not.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The changing periods of Black history, Jamaica and the US. And interestingly, our topic has taken a turn, which
Always
is fine.
does. It
Which
always
is so Richard wants to know what was the end result with the customer assaulting the worker, if you know.
oh she left it up to management. She just cried.
Oh
She
Lord.
just cried. Look here, there are certain times they come to you have to defend yourself, because mood
Yes.
up cry, but it would be after.
After your
Yes.
battle.
It would be after me.
Of
Yes.
course.
She just cried, and they came
Mhm.
and kind of sort it out and all of that stuff. But
That was
ultimately, I mean,
rude.
I couldn't follow the story all the way. Ultimately, very likely, he's going to be brought up on charges, because
Of
what the
course.
substance
So,
was that
assault.
it went into her eyes and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
God forbid it should be contaminated.
Mm-hmm.
If it's
That
contaminated,
was so rude and so wrong.
Out of order,
yeah.
man. That's
Jesus.
low.
But the lengths
Jesus.
people will go to,
Yes,
so
yes.
sometimes, it's terrible. It's terrible.
So Eval says, power for the people, equal rights and justice. I'm a proud product, oh Lord of Michael Manley. Of the
Mm-hmm.
Oh
era.
yes.
It has
Oh
carried me
yeah.
with dignity and stature.
Oh yes, we know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Let
Okay,
it be
producer.
of the Michael Manley era. Okay. Um, Autumn says she wasn't in Jamaica.
No, sir. No.
Now, from survival to ownership, let's me share this with you. There was a time when the goal was simply survival, to vote, to sit anywhere, to work anywhere. Today, we've entered a different phase. It's not just about entering rooms, it's about owning them. Black
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurs are building brands. Media creators are controlling narratives. Families are learning about investing, real estate, and generational wealth. But survival thinking still lingers in many communities. We celebrate getting hired, but are we building industries? Ownership is the next frontier of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if somebody says, a Black person, and it's amazing, when you go to some conferences, which I've had the pleasure of attending, and a Black
Mm-hmm.
person stands in a podium on a platform
Mm-hmm.
and makes a delivery, a
Mm-hmm.
presentation that causes the entire room to either go
Mm-hmm.
very quiet or
Or
stand
applaud.
and
Mm-hmm.
applaud them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. And you see all nations who are in that room doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because of who that person is,
Mm-hmm.
what they presented, how they presented themselves.
My
And no
grandmother say
Mm-hmm.
how you deliver yourself.
how you deliver yourself. No
They
Yes.
tell you
mistaking.
must be able to deliver yourself.
Yes, no mistaking
Yeah.
that from
Yes.
that messaging came that we are not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Mm-hmm.
always said, oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Watch and see.
Yeah, and you know what though? In doing the watch and see, we have to be careful that we are not boisterous about it. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I have seen persons who are boisterous about it, and unnecessarily so.
Mhm.
As they would have said,
Mm-hmm.
everybody eats salt
Mm-hmm.
and pepper, everybody have a little temper, everybody have a little time when you're thin skinned, or when you're tip on the corn and things like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just be nice about it. Look at it
Right.
as being your ear. I have been in many rooms where I am the only raisinette.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But me no look, I have
Yes.
co-workers, colleagues say, Lord, did you feel weird? I'm like, feel weird? Why? I said,
Right.
she
Mm-hmm.
had the same anatomy as me. Why should I feel any way,
Different.
any different? But
Mm-hmm.
you don't have persons who will just shrink back and say, oh, let me just be in the corner. But like you said,
No.
we take charge
No,
because
no
we are
corner. We are take
endowed with, with
charge.
with certain gifts
Mm-hmm.
from the
Mm-hmm.
Father
Yes.
above.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes, ma'am. So,
calling.
Eval says, I remember days when people seeking work at banks and Air Jamaica had to send a
Oh wow.
picture on their application. That is true.
Oh
And
wow.
how they looked would determine whether they got the job. That was
That is
racism.
horrific.
Racism.
Yeah,
Yes.
you used to have to put your picture on. I remember I'd applied to
Yes.
but when I went for the interview out at the airport, the a man and a woman interviewed me. They were not hiring for flight attendants nor ground customer service. They were hiring for security, where you had to be
Okay.
to stand up and check the bags and all of those things. And the man said to me, if we were hiring for a flight attendant, you fit the role.
Hmm.
Yes.
I didn't
True.
take the job because I didn't see myself going now to go deal with baggage and so on.
Yes.
Retrospect, maybe I could have. And, maybe when an opening comes up, I could have done in house, right? Um,
Right.
with
You would have had your foot in the door already.
my foot in the door. But I remember, what's her name? Called into the show the other day. And um, she said, Marie called into the show the other day and said that she remember when she got employed at one of those resorts in Jamaica. They trained you, and that they knew who they were looking for,
Mm-hmm.
and why you
Mm-hmm.
had to have a particular look to attract that clientele that they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That
Yes.
is something that is, to some degree, that is something that is still being done.
Mm-hmm.
Because if
Yes.
if
I'm
a
sure they
woman
do.
and they have, hey, I remember this girl. I can't remember. Well, I wouldn't ball out her full name, but her first name was Sonia. The girl pretty like a money, cute like a Barbie doll, and she was as dumb as a sack of hammers. Like a
Oh
bucket of,
Lord.
you knock the head, so
And
nothing
nothing,
it.
nothing.
But
Empty.
she was pretty plus tax. You hear
So,
me?
so those were the ones in
Mm-mm.
school when you call them pretty dunce.
No, no, she was in school, but she worked in the city. She worked in the firm with
Mm.
me in Manhattan.
No, our terminology we know in school.
Oh, never talk about pretty duns. We had a lot of pretty duns.
Yes, yes.
And yeah. But anyway, she came and she was
Eval said, Shards, please define racist.
me not take on couple to this morning,
Open
Yeah,
is better easier.
but I'm just saying they hire you for, we had a lot of clients, right? And the clients would come and they would visit, they would check on their portfolios, and they needed somebody to like schmooze with the clients, go to lunch, take them to dinner, take them around the city, this and that. And that was her role.
Mhm.
She had a computer on her desk, but it was only for show. That girl could not do a thing. But because
Mm-mm. Sad.
she was cute from head to toe. And
Mhm.
that girl, she had her own office.
Mhm.
Whenever we were having conferences, we would have conferences at some of the hotels downtown and thing. They would give her to me for like 2 weeks. You that said tutor, me have to tutor her, me have to do PowerPoint presentation. sure this, sure that, tell her all the talking points.
I hope that they pay extra for that.
You know, and then bear what? And then even while she was there, sometimes she would look to me. I'm not can't me talk so much. She would look to me for guidance, like a silent plea, like help me,
Yes.
Or she would
Yes,
say,
I know that kind of a look.
yeah, or she would say to me, if anybody's gonna ask a question, just jump in and answer it.
Oh,
Because
dear.
she can't, because even if you gave her the possible questions, and the
She still
answers,
can't respond to the answers. Yeah.
she now go can't manage. So she said, if anybody asks a question, just jump in
Jump in and answer.
and just
Nobody
answer.
wait for that.
What was her role? What was her purpose then?
They gave her a fancy title, but we're talking about the face of the company. They
Yes.
just wanted her to schmooze, as me call it. I mean, put the word in there with the clients. Because when clients come,
Yes.
they're not call, well, that I wouldn't, that's not something I would find attractive, but
Not
then
at
they'll
all.
come to me and say, I mean, I've had, I've been involved in lunches and stuff, but they're not going to come to me and say, well, you're going to go to Vegas with this one, you're going to go
Right.
here, you're going to go, but that was her role. So them had to give her a fancy title. So sometimes they do hire you to sing those based on what did it do? Not your princess. Me not know.
Oh Lord, you were punished. Hi.
But it's the face, it's the face that they're looking for, what they're selling.
Morning valid. It's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock where?
Hey. Eval says, yes, Janet, some jobs require specific look. They wouldn't hire me to be a server at Hooters. Lord have mercy.
Speaking of that, I have to give this quick little joke about my sister. When we lived in Jamaica, she had gone to, I don't know if you guys know, in St. Mary, familiar with this fried chicken place somewhere around the junction. Everybody will go to town and come back, stop to get them bread and buy fried chicken. So my sister was looking for a job. So she went to the fried chicken place and went, because my sister is pretty. She mixed with Indian and she petite. So when she went for the job, she said, the man looked at her and said, I sure you don't want to fried chicken. The man looked at her and said, I sure you wouldn't want to fried chicken because she's so pretty and dressed up.
Okay.
The man looked at her and said, I sure you don't want to fried chicken.
Well,
so I know what you mean. Is when certain job don't fit certain looks.
Yeah.
And that's the fact. But in addition to that, I want to give this quick story. This is a quick experience I had personally. I used to work with a Jewish family, same Jewish family I spoke about earlier on. And their first granddaughter had gotten married, but the wedding took place in Israel. So, of course, the people in the United States couldn't get a chance to go. So they had a party, a wedding party for her after the fact. And I was invited. So the Sunday evening in question, when I went to the party, I was the only Black person in the room. Only Black. And I sat by the door to the back of the room. But I had written a speech for her because I watched her grow up. I started working with them when she was 10. Now she was in her 20s and getting married, so it's a long time. So I wrote a nice speech, nice presentation for her to read. So the evening in question, the grandmother and the mother, they want to see what I write before I went to the front of the room, and I wouldn't show it to them. I said, no. It's like they want to vet it to make sure of what I'm going to say and what I write.
Them a vet the thing.
Vet it. Yeah, they wanted to vet it. So I wouldn't show it to them. I said, no, everybody will hear at the same time.
Yeah.
But while I'm sitting in the back of the room waiting, everybody will come in, look around me to say, what you doing? Everybody that came and look at me as if to say, what are you doing? Because as I said, I was the only Black person in the room. Anyway, fast forward, the show, everything started. And the girl's father took the microphone. He was the one doing the little MC. And he called me to the front of the room, introduced me to do my piece. And my dear ladies and listeners and viewers, when I was finished with my presentation of what I wrote about the young lady, the grandfather joined me on the stage. The mother joined me at the girl mother joined the stage. Everybody was crying. They were all crying. They were so happy about what I wrote. And the grandfather started giving a speech about me, telling the whole audience how I was on TV and how I wrote a book because, my book, Deep Thoughts, I had already published that book. And they were just praising me. But before that, there wasn't anything. And then after all of that was said and done, and I went back to my seat and sat there, the party was ended. Another woman come to me and said, "You didn't write that." I'm dead serious. She came to me and she said, "You didn't write that."
Envious, man.
Envious.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, it still exists.
Yeah,
she said,
it is there. It is there. It is there. And it's also
because of course I was their help and their babysitter and their kid sitter. So who am I to be able to write something and present it?
How could you? Yeah.
And I wrote a poem about it. I wrote a poem called "The Only Black in the Room." I have it in my collection.
Yes. Yeah. We could have read it for us this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought of it, but it's called "The Only Black in the Room." But I'm telling the story as how it led up to the poem. But
So
it's.
Thank you for sharing. So here is Richard.
You're welcome.
In regards to the sister saying she's from the US, my experience visiting Spanish Town years ago, a young lady asked me where Z was from, and Z said Montego Bay. She said, "No, you're not. You're darker than me, but your complexion is cool.
Excuse
You're
me.
from a place where it's cold.
What?
Even your pot, what doesn't sound like ours."
What's a patois?
Patois, yeah.
Patois. My wife of almost 50 years is from South Carolina, and in Hanover, a gentleman instead that she's from Jamaica. Insisted. He knows because he always see her in Lucy.
Oh my God.
You know what, Richard?
That's
ridiculous.
We have
Very funny.
God help us.
Wow.
Jesus. No, sir. That is
Just like that.
Who is like a fly in a glass of milk?
But perhaps the greatest
Oh,
transformation
yeah, I get it.
hasn't been external, but internal.
Yeah.
It was a time when Eurocentric standards defined beauty, intelligence, and leadership. Now there is a cultural reawakening.
Oh Lord.
Naturally.
Lady D, put a pause right there, so sister. Because the elephant in the room also is that the influence we had, they all right, we were all kind of like groomed in the European way, the fashion, the hair and such. Many of us were traumatized as children because your hair have to be a certain way.
Yes.
Now they have, I went to my little grandson's school. I didn't even know they were working on something called the Crown Act. Anybody know about the Crown Act here in the States?
No, I'm not familiar.
Yes, them working on the Crown Act. So they had his hair is locked because from he was on, I mean, little child, but you normally don't cut them here till them reach a certain age. But
right.
his hair grew a lot. So he had said, "I want my hair to be like grandpa, because Ralph have locks."
Right.
Like grandpa. So even to this day, his locks are now down past his shoulders. Just because he is, his hair is locked or whatever. They chose him to do the poem. But it was with regard to the Black History Month, and they were saying pass the Crown Act, because the Crown Act say leave the picnic with them here the way God make it. They want to wear it in an afro. They want to wear it in a bantu knots. They want to wear it however. Leave them, because it's their hair, and your hair is your crown. So
Brown, yes.
some of us lost hair because of over processing, because you had to have a certain look, you know what? You had to have a
Yes, yes. Take off there, yeah, Maxie.
and all of that stuff, you know. So that's another stronghold that they had,
Mm-hmm.
over us, because my husband, I met him and his ear was locked when I met him. I said to
Mm-hmm.
him, I cannot, I don't know how I could relate to you without your hair being locked, because I'm not you. There was a time he cut it, and I was saying, don't cut it. You're gonna look weird. You're gonna look weird. He still had cut it.
Yes.
But and then of course many years. I mean, I too had locks. I had locks for 10 years. I cut my locks in,
Yeah, I remember you with
I
it.
think I had locks for 14 years. Matter of
Mm-hmm.
fact. Yeah. So you know, it was a whole thing they had with regards to your hair. So they would, if you hear
Right.
a call to them, have nice hair. Hair is hair. But
Mm-hmm.
some hair
Yes.
is considered to be nice and some not. So that was another thing that was held against persons. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. Even now. Because like me and my ball, if I go to look for certain job, they're not gonna hire me because me not here. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't intend to go falls and wigs and all that because it's just not my thing. But
Right.
so I know that people are stereotype based. And you remember I was traveling from from Florida back to Georgia about 2 3 years ago, and there was a young lady, there was a lady and her daughter sitting. We were all sitting in the same row. And the mother ordered the daughter to take down me take down me carry on and put it up and take it down. And I know exactly what they were thinking. I have a
Mm-hmm.
friend who had the same experience, so she has balded like me, and she said that she got the same kind of a treatment. People right away think cancer because your hair is bald, they think cancer, they think
Oh,
you're sick.
okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
you're right. You're stereotype based on your crown.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sad but true.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So here, Richard, here evolve him now. Richard, you did put on your Vaseline or coconut
Oh Lord.
We can't.
No.
So as I
Oh
was
Lord.
reading, when Sharon's, paused for a moment, there was a time when Eurocentric standards defined beauty, intelligence, and leadership. Now there is a
Mm-hmm.
cultural reawakening. Natural hair movements, Afrocentric pride, global Black music influence reclaiming identity. But generational trauma still echoes. Internalized prejudice still surfaces, sometimes within our own communities through colorism and classism. True liberation is not just physical freedom, it's mental freedom. Are we
Oh
free
yeah.
in how we see ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
Because that also leads us to ask the question, um, is that why some people do the bleaching,
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right? Which
Yeah.
is a topic that it will never go away, because
No.
when you see
We'll
some
always be
people,
here.
it's either their face is so light from their neck down is dark,
Mm-hmm.
and you wonder
Yes.
because
Yeah.
they still believe that the lighter you are more privileged that are have
Yeah.
You become
Yeah.
more privileged. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, and they will
And that's
Yes.
you brown, because you're brown, and
yeah.
and people
Yeah, the
like
people
you,
talk like that.
and
Yeah.
they tell you that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
but I had done a feature once, and this boy, he is so bleached that if he actually go out in the sun one little tips, it's
Mm.
like him going to melt. So here you
Yeah.
have
Oh
this girl
Lord.
Yeah,
walking
because
alongside him with an umbrella
yeah.
Oh, where is it?
him from the sun.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, because it thins from what I've been told, it thins your skin as well.
it does.
There are
Oh,
let
yeah.
me tell you, in Montego Bay, I see them all the time. I still see them. And you have the ones who are vendors. So they're out on the street because they're selling. And they're
Okay.
out there and them have on gloves, them have on a whole
Yes.
head covering. They even
In
have
that Jamaica.
yes. I even forgot what that thing is called. But you put it on and it is not a ski mask, but it's just your eyes left and your nose and your mouth. It covers everything.
That's
I
Yeah,
was in I
because
was
they
in
can do
Juicy.
sun.
Yeah, and yeah, they're in there. And the funny thing is that when all the bleach, when they put out their hand, their knuckles still black. The knuckle section is still dark.
Yes,
I'm
but
saying you put in yourself too, or you're sitting with your basket selling, and you have umbrella so, and you have
that not make no sense.
high. Yes. And you feel like dear ghost.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
it is serious because
Yeah,
bleaching, I mean, the doctors will tell you it is such a damaging thing
it's very,
To your
very,
to
skin.
your
Mm-hmm.
skin.
yeah.
And
But
there
I
are
mean,
some
I don't even know how much
psychological pressures from that, it's a social
yes.
and psychological thing.
It's
So
a mindset.
Yeah.
it
It's
is.
but look, let's not forget the great Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh
So
yes.
sometimes no matter where you have, how far you have come, because like with him, what else could he have wanted? Keep your
Have
brown
everything.
nose,
Yes.
keep your big
Keep
afro,
everything.
and just step out and go on.
They
You
were
want to,
Right.
they were doing fine, because I saw a photo of them recently. It popped up on Facebook, and you looked at them. Sharon's, you're muted. You look at them and you
The
see
dog will bark.
how how great they looked with their afro.
Yes. They were beautiful kids.
So here is Richard now. She been the only black person in the room. She was like a fly in a glass of milk. Yet
really?
the man in Hanover was convinced that my wife was Jamaican because he always see her in Lucy. Ladies, this is awesome, but I have to leave to join Lady Marie for brunch in
Okay.
celebration of our anniversary. Happy
You
anniversary to
you go on.
Happy anniversary.
Yes.
Nice. Enjoy.
Celebrate yourself,
you.
yeah.
Him say, tell Eval to go about him business. Me now invite him to the
To the
brunch.
brunch.
That's Eval's.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And Princess says, that is so ridiculous and damaging to one's health. It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But,
Yeah.
boy, we really have been moving from portions of how we see ourselves as a
So,
race.
Yeah.
Um,
It's the
but
mental and the physical, the
the next little thing I
psychological
want to touch on.
everything.
one
Sorry.
minute, one
Go
minute,
ahead.
Maxie. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying, Sharon.
Now, what I was saying is the whole thing. It's mental, it's physical, it's the whole emotional aspect of it. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So
Yep.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Go ahead, Max.
I was about to say there's also the black against black, because we talk about racism, Caucasian against black and vice versa, but there's also the black against black, racism, believe it or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because racism doesn't have to do with just color, it has to do with behavioral pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are black folks who look at you and look down on you because your house is not as big as theirs, or their house is bigger than yours, or you have a nicer car, you have a better job. And
Yeah, that's the keeping up with the Joneses mentality.
yes,
You go
yes.
and
But
then you have
so
some
I'm
of
just
them,
saying there's also black against black, yeah.
yeah, and you have some of them who got a good break in life or they got an early break in life and they
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
moved out to the burbs and
Mm-hmm.
and them say, Lord, me not come down there, say, Lord, I want to tell you, like,
Yes.
Lord, give them something. How you get? No, me not come down there so again, because they have moved to the burbs.
Moved away. They have moved on.
Right.
Yes, so
Yes.
them don't drink porridge no more, and they don't
And then I chicken back.
they don't. Oh,
Yeah.
you're mad. They don't do this anymore because now they are emulating the persons that they're living amongst.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it cuts both ways because we are very
Mm-hmm.
influential people, and most times whenever you throw us somewhere, no matter if we are in the minority as far as number goes, we still
Mm-hmm.
take over.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yes.
our influence still. But then you have some of
It's
them
very
who
strong.
Yes, you have some of them who just absorb wherever they come from and them hide behind it. Just like Richard said, the man saying what his wife is from Lucy, knowing full well she's not. You just figure, say, okay, you're dark, your face broad, you look like this pence is them from around and such and such, around there you come from.
Mhm.
And you know the funny thing, what I have found being here, it has never ever happened that I was someplace and somebody say, um, where are you from? And I said, guess.
Mhm.
Never said Jamaica.
Hmm.
I have never, up to this day, I have never, if I'm speaking, then it's a dead giveaway. But
Right.
if
Yes.
I smile and nod, like Oliver would say, me just a smile and nod.
Mhm.
They
They
always
can't
say,
figure out where you're from.
me always get African or
Oh.
Haitian.
Oh,
They
okay.
always say me look like
Okay.
Haitian or me look like African. I have never, I'm telling you,
Mhm.
I cannot recall anybody ever guessing. I mean, I thought black people like myself or a mixed
Yeah.
country
Yeah.
never had somebody say, oh, she's Jamaican. Never.
Mhm.
We don't know about
Okay.
But you know something, this because Max raised this, that is so true with the black uh,
yes,
against black, because sometimes, you know, what has happened to many people is that they've adopted negative beliefs about
yes,
black,
Mm-hmm.
and
yes.
that's something they
Yeah.
learned from colonial times. The
Yeah,
systems that
and
they had to
sometimes some
do.
of the thief then white fall. So
That's
so if that did happen one time and the mother relate the story and say, yes, and so did make your father did left me and so and so on. And one day and this, yep, you have it. Them plant the seed and the children them come reproduce.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Just
So
like that.
yeah, but
And
black
you
on
know,
black is awful.
yes.
It's
And
awful
even
as
with
well.
that too, because you have like in modern times, in modern expressions or something, because the relatable things that we can, you know, talk about with that. So we mentioned the bleaching, then
Mm-hmm.
the pretty hair comments thing,
Oy,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's almost like if you have super curly hair, which means you have black hair. Um,
Yes.
that is a
Mixed with something
curse.
else.
So we
Mm-hmm.
started out with maybe not the first thing, but like the pressing combs, or people who used
Mm-hmm.
to use and the pressing comb thing there, you know, boy. If
Mm-hmm.
the people, the person administering the comb, do you, Aye. If the person administering this heated instrument,
Mm-hmm.
now get it right, you know, boy.
hello.
A
Now ask
stress.
how much tap the little. Uh,
No, but have you ever
He is gone.
have
He
you
is gone.
are you forehead gone?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
When them do the whole head and them get to the little one them at the front here so
yes, I have to
and
pull
them have
those
to do
in.
a quick
Mhm.
something like so. Are you flinch? Your forehead gone, man.
Yes, man.
For the rest of the week you are with the pressing comb marking your foot.
All in the name of looking good
All
I
in the
and
am
having
telling
pretty
name.
you.
hair.
So
Yes.
Andrea says, I soon get back to that. Andrea says sometimes customers ask if I'm from St. Vincent. We sort of sound alike. But if I talk long enough,
They
then they
know.
know that she not a Vincent.
Hello. You're not from St. Vincent.
Yes, ladies, the informal commercial higglers, as we know them, change the concept of who you are based on where you live. They started moving to Beverly Hills and Cherry Gardens, etc.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
But it's true though. Them pretty here something or the uptown, downtown, or
Yeah.
you know, we even go as far as the Caribbean versus African American
Mm-hmm.
misunderstandings kind of thing.
Lost me love.
Then the social media beauty filters. As for that, just know
Uh-huh.
that sometimes when you see some people and you're saying, "Oh, I don't see no wrinkle, them face just smooth, so
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Hello. They have
The
filters.
social
Yes.
filters, yes.
Yeah.
So it make you look like from the day you're born, you know, have a pimple.
You know, bust no bum.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Your bum
sir.
never bust.
I know.
And even with your education where you started out, them will tell you about good school. You go a good school, like the other school, the
Mm-hmm.
bad school, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Never good. Like
Yeah.
something wrong with the other schools, yes?
Yes.
Mhm.
And as a result, when you see meet some people these days and they must say, so which high school you did go, like, you know, where you get that a lot when
Yes.
you go to like pen relays
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and you
Yeah.
see people, some of them we have sat in one section for years. And you have those who are from St. Jacob. So every year they come,
Mm-hmm.
they make sure they pay for that space, and that's where you
Mm-hmm.
sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And when you
Okay.
hear them talk, you know, or they're relating to another set sitting nearby, whether it's the
Mm-hmm.
JC set, the Monroe set. So
Mm-hmm.
all of those people there, if you once say maybe you go like secondary school,
Look down upon you. In
yes,
that trouble.
That's like blasphemy.
no, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be
Yeah.
Sorry.
surprised.
Yes.
Let's see. All right, so because we're wrapping up in a minute now. Sharon's, you too. I always say guest and they never guess.
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yes,
Mhm,
Arten. Yeah.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Lady, do you know why? Okay. Okay. But, you know, hey, the changing periods of Black history, and it will always be changing.
Yeah.
We are going to be seeing new
Yep.
things happening.
Every
And even
time.
when we talk about bleaching, there are people who have bought the bleaching creams. They have um, um, use it on their skins, and then they wrap their bodies in plastic.
Yes.
You
And
know, to do.
eventually they put their lid in a tub or a bath if they have one, but they
Uh-huh.
lay down for hours. And so they can take it off and then can go dance at nighttime.
Yeah.
And
But but
when
but
they
on the,
dance,
but in the
What
but
a
in
chore.
yeah, but in the same breath, you know, say melanin is for sale.
hey, there you have
Dark people like me,
Yes.
that is for sale. You can present your body to be excreted
it.
for your melanin.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Hmm.
Mm.
Huh?
Okay. That's DP Max. Max said,
Yeah. You never know that, man?
Are you serious? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
melanin is if hard life take me, might can sell little.
and you'll be
I'm
paying
not
handsome.
saying nothing, people.
But here
I'm not
comes
selling no part of my body no time. Then can't
yes.
pay me for it.
Mhm.
All them do a scrape. All them do is a scraping process.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yep.
So Eval says no confession. Eval says confession. Speaking of pretty hair, I had a Jerry curl do.
Lord
We
have
didn't have it.
mercy.
We didn't have it too until we not have none now.
We all had our Jerry curl. Well, I had S curl. I never did Jerry curl, but
I
Mhm.
had Jerry, I had
I
Head, we
did
had all
I
of them.
did the S curl. My
Well,
sister was in
I
was
had
in beauty school at the time, so me I did her puppet. She used to just try everything for me. Every little thing, even for her exam, she had to do her exam. She took me to do everything on. She had to do nails, she had to do face, she had to do hair. So I was her
Mhm.
yeah, I was her mannequin for that.
hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Well, again, we took a whole different slant, but whether it
Mhm.
was from a airline hiring only white stewardesses, whether it was segregation and whites only water fountains. We have been through it all: the civil rights movement, colonial Jamaica, and independence. Today, in Jamaica, we say that the only thing that is not present in Jamaica is the evidence of snowfall,
Mhm.
because we believe everything is there.
Yeah.
You only need to know how to find it.
And
Um,
they had that video going around a few weeks ago showing that some guy standing up outside says it's snowing in Jamaica. And I think people were believing it.
People were buying it.
me telling you, you see all that
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
No, sir.
People were buying it. You know this
Yes, that is
and
true.
the rise of AI also, because my cousin of mine sent me a video and I looked at it very well. I said that background is not Jamaica. Them bush they saw are not native to Jamaica. That tree round they saw no on Jamaica.
Mhm.
And I sit back and
It's
say it's
on in the
not
background.
Jamaica. Yeah, I say it's not Jamaica. So
Mhm.
don't just fly up and say, yeah, man. Because the person that buy one water boot, one old shirt, one little something, and one
There
cutlass,
you
and
go.
say, yes, you don't see that. No, come on.
Mhm.
No, because all of that can be created.
Of course.
AI has
Of
have
course.
made it like that. No, you can create anything, anywhere, anytime, and
Mhm.
make
Yeah,
it look like it.
Yeah, oh, yes. So,
yeah,
as we wrap up, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much. And we just want to, say to you that if history moves in periods, slavery, segregation, civil rights, independence, then what period are we in now?
Mm,
Are we in the digital era of Black ownership, the global diaspora connection era? Because, of course, everything, the economic awakening era, AI, technology, global partnerships between Africa, the Caribbean, and African Americans. These are shaping the next chapter.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Like
next
you said.
period will depend on whether we prioritize education, economic literacy, unity, and policy engagement. History has changed before
mm-hmm.
because people
Mhm.
forced it to.
Yeah.
The
People
question
kick
now
down their door.
is,
Yeah.
Mhm. The question now is, what will this generation be remembered for?
Yeah.
And so, as we close out this morning, we miss our girl Jack. She wasn't able to join us today.
Can I just read something that I had been mulling over?
Yes, please.
It says, we are the generation living in answered prayers. But progress doesn't mean perfection. Yes, we have moved from segregation to influence, but have we moved to true equality? Yes, our culture is global, but is our community unified?
Mhm.
Yes, we are
Mhm.
breaking barriers, but have we healed the wounds? Where are we now? It's not just about celebrating how far we have come, but what are we building? And
Mhm.
just like you said, Lady D, what will the next generation say about us?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in today. And today is the last day of February. Tomorrow will be March 1. And we are hoping that there are things that we need to really think about: who we are, where we're going, what we want out of life, all them good things, whether it's the house, the car, the picket fence, the education, accepting ourselves, because I don't think a lot of people really accept themselves. A lot of people don't, whether it's in how you look,
Mhm.
what you weren't able to achieve. But just know that every day God gives you, it's an opportunity for you to do something for
Yeah.
yourself,
Yes.
to better
Just
yourself.
have to be. thankful that you wake up every day, you know, that you wake up each morning and you're in your right mind. That's, to me, that's my daily prayer. Thank God that I wake up in my right mind and doing good.
Yes. Very
So,
much.
you ladies, we really had a really good banter this morning. It was
Everybody born
Yes.
in March, skip around.
time coming.
Everybody born in March, skip around.
Yes, yes. It
I
is coming.
remember that, eh?
Me and Jackie gonna be skipping around.
And Norman.
Yes, as March start, me start celebrating the whole month. So my birthday is starting from tomorrow.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes,
We're hearing you.
me need the entire month.
What
Yeah.
was our final comment here? From Michael Manley to Barack Obama, I stand as a proud, liberated black man, black and proud. Thank you,
All
co-producer.
right.
Very good. Awesome.
Co-producer, may I go give you one the Afro pick with the fist on the back. When you stick it in your ear, the fist left out. I have one here. I have one here.
What I'm going to stick it in.
We must stick it here. We must put on a wig.
No, you can't.
You're gonna have to give him the afro. You have to give him the afro wig too.
Well, that can't be had.
Hello.
Otherwise, you put it on with some gorilla glue.
Oh Lord, that's so funny.
Well, we've come a long way.
Yes.
And we have so much more to achieve.
Right.
But ladies, we thank you, no? Thank you, no?
Yes.
For joining this morning. Again, we are rolling, right? And once again, Maxie, hold up your cup.
Sure, I'm never go for my own.
Our friendship is a true blessing to me. And this is from Sharon's to us.
Oh.
Thank you, Sharon. From now on, we can drink coffee. From now on, we can drink coffee tea.
There
Not true. Coffee tea, Milo tea, Cersei tea.
Cersei tea, chocolate tea, ginger tea.
Yeah.
All the teas.
All the teas.
Thank you, everybody.
Can drink porridge too, you know?
Huh?
Can drink porridge too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we look forward to being back next week. Let's see what we're gonna come with. Hey,
I know.
it's Satideh Mawnin Runnings, where culture meets conversation, right here on Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. So, ladies, let's close out.
Well, I'm going back to sleep.
You're going back? Me, I come girl, go eat my fried dumpling and cook up my fried dumpling, fried plantain, and my saltfish with callaloo.
Hello, that's a recipe.
And then I grudge me.
Me grudge you personally. Me grudge you.
Words fail me.
Me grudge you.
I saw that you were too shocked to even say anything.
I couldn't say a word.
Hubby make porridge this morning, so right now me have my porridge. Me have my porridge forgotten.
Right. That good too. A good breakfast that.
Yes.
And please don't forget, those of you who are subscribers, at the end of the show, please share the link with someone and tell them, hey, we had a great conversation over here this morning.
Go listen.
Yes. Like, subscribe, and share to Voices with Lady D. That's what you're on. It's so easy for you to just do that. All right. So everybody, we love you. Let's close out again because it's the last time we are close out now.
Oh, all right. Me gone in.
Yeah, come go up.
Okay, so me a go on round, galang round, go in, so go down, so go round, so.
Yeah.
Blessings, everybody. Lots of love. We appreciate you. And thanks, co-producer. We're out.
All right.
Do you remember when black people couldn't drink from the same water fountains? When airlines hired only white stewardesses? When segregation wasn't whispered about, it was the law. From whites-only signs in the United States, to colonial systems and color prejudice in Jamaica, to today's fight for equal opportunities, equity, and ownership. Black history has never been one period. It's been changing, shifting, rising, from survival to resistance,
to representation. But here's the question. Have we truly arrived? Or are we still becoming? This Black History Month, we close out with a powerful curtain call conversation. The changing periods of Black history, Jamaica and the US. Join the dialogue. Bring your voice. Bring your truth. This Saturday at 10 a.m. on Voices with Lady D on YouTube. Satideh Mawnin Runnings, where culture meets conversation. Watch, like, and subscribe to Voices with Lady D on YouTube. Watch, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join the movement.
Celebrate the heartbeat of Caribbean culture with Satideh Mawnin Runnings. Join us on Saturday at 10 a.m. on YouTube as we showcase the vibrant heritage of Jamaica and the wider Caribbean with 4 incredible women, Sherns, Max, Jackie, and yours truly, Lady D. From powerful stories to cultural traditions, we're bringing the flavor, rhythm, and excellence of the Caribbean straight to you. It's more than a show. It's a celebration of the roots and traditions that inspire and unite us. Subscribe to Voices with Lady D on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to stay connected. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. it's Satideh Mawnin Runnings. Come feel the vibes. Satideh Mawnin Runnings, where Caribbean heritage comes alive. Welcome to Voices with the Lady D, where every voice has power. I'm your host, Lady D Denise Gomez Green, inviting you to join me each week for real conversations, powerful stories, and uplifting perspectives that shine a light on voices from the community and the diaspora. Kick off your week with the Monday Drive from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Dive deep on Thursdays with Center Stage from 6 to 8 p.m. And ease into your weekend with Satideh Mawnin Runnings every Saturday at 10 a.m. Catch Voices with the Lady D on YouTube, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network online, and YouTube, and Fit FM 96.7 in Stuart Castle, Trelawney, Jamaica, or tune in on Linkage Radio online. So lock in, turn it up, and remember, every voice has power. This is Voices with Lady D.